Nothing's easy. Nothing easy. We're gonna go to Game 7, baby. Game 7. Game 7. I had to channel my inner Zaza Pachulia for that one. Leafs are going to a Game 7. They live to fight for another day, and the Leafs get revenge on the Panthers in the sixth game, in the most important game of the season in the playoffs, as the Leafs avoid elimination. They take down those Florida frauds. They win 2-0 over the Florida Panthers in Game 6 of the second round of the playoffs, and they go to force a Game 7 back in Toronto on Sunday. So this game, well, tonight, this was like a huge game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and for a good reason. The first thing is that this game might have been the end of the core four, with Austin Matthews, John Tavares, William Nylander. I know William Nylander signed an 8-year contract, and Mitch Marner. All four of those guys might be split up. And I don't know how I can say this, but, this was a huge win, a huge game for the boys. A huge win. Go big or go home. It was all on the line. The game was on the line for the Toronto Maple Leafs. A huge one. So, let's get to the game. Okay, so Joseph Wolf still starts in net. Okay, good enough there. First period of the game, still tied. It was a 0-0 game. Leafs had some shots. Matthew Knies even went for, he had the chance to score, but Bobrovsky said he just denied it. Sergei Bobrovsky denied that goal. And there's a lot of penalties that were going the Panthers' way, and I knew for a fact this was bound to happen at some point. Because, you'll get a interference call on Simon Benoit. On Simon Benoit, out of all players. Really? Rough interference. Dude literally just put the guy down, and you're going to call that a freaking interference call. That's a freaking joke. Leafs kill off that penalty. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, out of all the guys, gets called for a trip. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Are you kidding me, dude? Nothing happens there. Leafs still are able to kill off the penalty because this was a huge win, a huge important game. A huge one, damn it. And it's tied at 0. Okay. Not there, not bad. Okay, we'll take it. However, Leafs do the same thing. Has some chances to score. Still nothing. The Leafs go on the power play because Florida took too many men on the ice, which I don't know how and I don't know why. Can you count? I don't think they know how to count. I don't know if they can count, man. And, of course, here comes the more insanity part. When the Leafs go on the face-off before the power play started, Austin Matthews gets high stick by Alexander Barkov. By Sasha Barkov, and there was no penalty on Florida. And then meanwhile, Austin Matthews gets called for a high stick. Are you freaking kidding me, boy? Are you kidding me right now? So let me get this straight here. You're going to call a high stick on Austin Matthews. Yeah, when Matthews got high stick, there was no penalty on Sasha Barkov. Are you freaking kidding me? He got clipped in the eye. That's a dangerous play. A dangerous play out of the blue. That's a joke from the officials. Absolute joke. I don't care if the refs were favoring the Leafs. They were favoring the Panthers out of the bunch. Because of whom else? I don't know. Still able to kill off that penalty. Nothing at the end of the second period. And I'm getting deja vu all over again, like flashbacks to, you remember the Game 7 loss to the Bruins where William Nylander scored the first goal only to let the Bruins tie it up, respond back, and you see David Pastrnak scored the game winner. I know I've done that reaction video where he scored the damn thing. You saw that, damn it. Okay, yeah, that was from last year. This was from this year, from Game 6. And the game, man, it's just nerve-wracking. I'm like nervous, like, come on, dude. And then finally, in the third period, with only about somewhere 5 minutes to start the first period or so, Could be more on that. Guess who scored the first goal in the second round of the playoffs? It was none other than Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews scores, and the Leafs go up 1-0 over the Panthers in the place we all know as hell, known as Sunrise, Florida, from a Florida turnover. Okay, good stuff there. Everything's going pretty well. We're up 1-0. Still shaking right now. Brandon Carlo gets called for a hook after breaking up a shot. I mean, like, thinking, is this some kind of a joke, man? Are you kidding me? There's no way you can call that a penalty on Brandon Carlo for hooking. He just wanted to break up a play. Able to kill off that penalty. And guess who scored? You guessed it. After the penalty. Guess who scores? Well, you see Bobby McMahon going on the breakaway. Max Pacioretty comes in. And then Bobby McMahon passes the puck to Max Pacioretty, and the Leafs are up 2-0, and Pacioretty scores to make it a 2-0 Leafs lead. Great stuff there. However, in the end, that's the end of the game until the ruckus starts, where Matthew Tkachuk just starts being a crybaby and just upper checks Joseph Woll. Well, that's what happens when you shut out my Leafs in Game 4 on Mother's Day. You shut out the Leafs, we'll give you a taste of your own medicine. How's that for once? And Matthew Tkachuk, oh my goodness sakes, that guy's the dirtiest player in the league, and that guy's worse than Brady Tkachuk. Have you ever seen a dirty player like that? You got Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand. Anything else? Oh, you got Matthew Tkachuk. That's even the Dudley Three. They think we're soft than the Panthers, but yet the Panthers are soft, but yet more dirty. That's not saying enough. And I think that's all. Joseph Woll, 22 saves, shutout. Joseph Woll, shutout. He deserved it. I mean, thank goodness. I'm so happy Leafs didn't get shut out tonight. Unlike in Game 4, where Joseph Woll let in a couple goals despite saving his butt off. You saw the Sergei Bobrovsky shenanigans where he got a shutout. I was so pissed it was undeserved that the Leafs didn't, and I feel like the Leafs didn't deserve to get shut out by the Florida Panthers in the fourth game. Don't tell me deserves got nothing to do with it. Seriously, deserves got to do with something. I don't care what people say. Now Leafs go to a seventh game. They go to Game 7 on Sunday night. 7:30 is the day where the Leafs play Game 7. The most important game of the season is Game 7 between those Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a must-win game. Because I've seen all Game 7s, like I've seen 3 out of the 4 Game 7s. I've seen the 2021 the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Habs Game 7 game, where the Leafs lost 3-1 to the Canadiens, and the Leafs blew a 3-1 series lead to the Canadiens, leading to Montreal's Cinderella Stanley Cup run, which was, I believe, was undeserved. I feel like the Canadiens didn't deserve to go to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2021. That was the Leafs year. 2022 was abysmal because, holy crap, Leafs got screwed by the referees in Game 7. Because of a controversial goal, because Justin Hall interfered with the Lightning player. No goal on Tavares, which was a good goal. How do you call that not a no goal? I'll never know. And the Leafs lost Game 7 to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they got absolutely robbed royally. They just got screwed by the officials. And don't tell me the Leafs were getting favored by the referees. No, the referees were favoring Tampa. That's just me. And I don't know what I did. And then, of course, you go back to Game 7 last year. Leafs play against the Bruins. Leafs, of course, let in David Pastrnak score the game winner. I know I've done the reaction video, god dang it. I know what I did. Took the Nylander jersey, destroying it, bringing it, and then taking the Lego set, and kaboom! And don't tell me my room is a mess. And don't tell me that the clothes in that video were my laundry. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to put this into words that you might understand. The clothes that were on the massage chair were not my clothes. Plain and simple. And now we have a chance. Leafs have a chance to go to Game 7 in Toronto for Game 7 against the Panthers, against the defending champions and the fraudulent champs. So let's do this. We're going to Game 7, boys. Leafs got to lock in Core 4, lock in. Everybody, everyone on the offense and the defense and the goaltender, lock in. Everybody, lock in. Let's go, Leafs. It's not over till it's over. Let's go, Leafs. Yeah!